did it work? Have you guys got the transfer? I love this feature. I can raid myself. Holy shit. I never thought that you will be able to raid yourself. Like Twitch has it, but you can raid other people. I should be here, no? You guys should be hearing me? What do you mean, finally? How long have you been waiting? So, I'll talk about the VTubing thing. It needs to be addressed. And on top of that, we're going to be talking about some developments in the United States. And yeah, I mean, how are you guys doing? I mean, the Democrats, they've been arrested. Yikes. I'm really curious on why they didn't thought to say that this is political repression. That's the reason, by the way, you want to get arrested when you're protesting. I mean, it's a form of protest that happens in more civilized countries, because countries with human rights abuses don't really care about it. But the idea is like you go there and you protest, and then you have the cops, pepper spray, beat people up, arrest them. And the whole idea is to show to the average person, it's like, oh, look, this is what happens when you complain. Look how evil the government is. But I guess, this is what the Democrats have accomplished, right? Like, the United States is so evil, they will arrest lawmakers. Holy shit. The U.S., which is who controls the government in the U.S.? Oh, that's right. Like, Joe Biden is in charge, right? How does that make sense? Like, so let me get this straight. I really want to understand this. Joe Biden is in charge of the White House. The Democrats have a majority. And the Democrats are protesting against the government controlled by the Democrats. And they're getting arrested by the police, which answer to a Democrat mayor. But, I mean... Yeah, I think they did get arrested. I think they will get charged, probably a fine. But again, as the left likes to say, like if you're a rich person, if you're a billionaire, and you get even a $5,000 fine, I mean, that's nothing. That's not even 1% of your income. It's like, okay. Now, regarding VTubing, yeah, so I noticed a significant drop in my viewers. Now, I started back 2 years ago when I was live streaming. I would usually get like 600, 700 people watching. Sometimes I would even hit 1,000 viewers per stream. So it was good. Life was good. But then, due to various events, various controversies, I did a couple of things to limit my growth. For example, I stopped streaming at regular hours. I started censoring myself a little bit more. I started deleting my streams. And all of this, it dropped down my viewers to about 400. And I was comfortable with 400 viewers per stream. But then it went even lower. And, I started wondering. It's like, okay, well, I need to do something, right? So I asked people, like, what is the problem? And a lot of people said it's the VTube avatar. Now, I personally don't think that the VTube avatar was really that problematic and it was driving people away. But I'll give it a try. I'm willing to listen to suggestions, and I do care about the chat. So I will try doing a couple of live streams where I don't use the troll, just to see if it changes anything. Personally, I don't think it will change, but who knows? Like maybe people legitimately want to see my pretty face. Personally, I like the troll because I can do stuff like this, and you guys would never know. But now I need to control myself. All right, so let me put this chat on my phone. Yeah, well, that's the problem. But the problem is like half of the people like the troll, the other half don't like the troll. But the main issue is that I don't know how many people the troll has brought in. Like how many new people got into the troll. Now, if you like the troll, you can still find it. I mean, it's going to be on my Lack of Entertainment channel, and if I don't notice like a change in viewership, if it still stays the same, I can bring the troll back, because I personally liked it. I mean, I paid money for it. I'll probably rotate it every now and then, yes. The problem are the hours. No, I don't think like the problem are the hours. Like I used to be able to stream at any time, and I would still get at least 300 viewers. Like last year, if I was streaming at any hour of the day, I would still get people. I would try to find like various hours. Maybe I'll stream when the Lotus Eaters is streaming or something like that, and I'll see if I get more people. It really depends, you know, the type of news that I cover. Like if I cover a lot of British news, I'll get the British people involved and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's start entertaining people, because this is why you guys are here, right? Like you want some funny news, and I think I have some of that. This one is very ushi-kushi. I mean, this one is just mwah. So, we're going to talk about furries. You guys love furries, right? You're furry lovers. I mean, who doesn't love a furry? So, according to the Daily Beast, Semper Fur, how a cooling vest invented by a furry made its way into the US military. I mean, look, the furries are contributing to society. You know, when you see a furry, do you know what you need to do? You need to thank them for their service. Let me just look at the article from the Daily Beast before... oh, look, of course, you know, I was wondering, why does it ask me for money? I need to use archive. But give me a second while it's processing. And I need to make sure that it doesn't have any problematic content on it because, well, it's the Daily Beast, so you never know. It might have something that Susan doesn't like. So Travis finished 14 years of military service, clad ears to paws in... Yeah, this is a thing that I noticed like left-leaning people love to do a lot. I mean, the furry fandom is problematic, to say the least. I used to be a furry, and back then there was this guy called Kage. He was a scientist which had the furry of a cockroach. And he told us, it's like, look, what you guys are doing, you know, it's not going to be acceptable by the population at large. So never talk to the media, never give out interviews, don't expect society to embrace you, because it's a fetish at the end of the day, right? It's kind of like BDSM. Like, if a politician does BDSM, like if Trump were to do it, like he wouldn't come up in front of the cameras. But now it's a different mentality. Now, like, sexual deviancy needs to be embraced, and they will constantly show, it's like, oh, look, this sexual deviant, yeah, like he is in the military, right? Like he's just like you. And it's like, okay, maybe he is, but like I don't need to listen to the deviancy, you know, like keep it to yourself. I mean, there used to be a separation between public life and private life. Like, what happened to that? I mean, you know, keep it in your bedroom. Like that was the initial statement. It was what happens in a person's bedroom is none of your business. It's like, yeah, but don't stuff the bedroom down my throat. That's the problem. What happened to Kage? I don't know. Like, I have stopped listening to what the furries are doing, because I kind of dropped all of the connections that I had. Like, most of the people that I had, which were furries, they got disgusted with the furry fandom, and they stopped listening in. Like, they completely disconnected. So I genuinely don't know what happened to Kage, but I'm pretty sure, like, he's not in charge, quote unquote. And by in charge, I mean, like, the organizers of FurCon and stuff. The furry community got completely eaten away by far-left activists. I mean, when you see a person getting canceled on Twitter, you know, someone tries to get someone fired, you're going to see a lot of furry avatars doing the actual firing process. You know, the outrage and all of that. Hold on, give me a second before I read the article. I need to pop the chat out because for some reason my phone decided to stop working properly. So I'll just pop out the chat, and then we can. Here we go. Yeah, the apparatchiks, exactly. It's a healthy decision to leave the community. So there were a lot of problems with animal abuse. There was problems with actual furries that were like the the con organizers and whatnot being convicted of pedophilia. And that's pretty much the reason why a lot of people decided to leave. Plus the very strong like communist thing. Like a lot of furries were actually very tolerant people, like liberals, and they didn't appreciate the authoritarian crackdown that invaded the community. So that's why at least the connections that I had decided to leave the fandom. I mean, they were still furries, but they didn't hang around the other furry chats and discords and shit. But anyway, right. What is the furry representation in media? Oh, like if you Google furries, you're going to see a lot of representation in the media. Like you're going to see, I believe Vice wrote articles about it. It's like the furries are dealing with a far-right problem. The far-right problem was that a couple of furries who didn't like the people running the conventions wanted to create their own convention somewhere else, and basically they were competing with FurCon. So FurCon decided to go after them, like use their connections in the press and stuff. I just want to point out, furries, you know, like you may laugh at them, but some of the people that are furries are not just very powerful, but they're wealthy as fuck. I mean, look at furry artists. They charge $6,000 to $10,000 per commission. Okay, I want you guys to wrap your head around this. Like $10,000 per drawing, and we're talking about a drawing that's kind of average, like kind of mediocre, and this is pretty much what goes on in that community. Like some of the artists that draw furry stuff, like they are incredibly expensive, which goes to show that the furries themselves have money. Like a fursuit can cost anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000, $5,000, like 5,000 maybe in 2016. So it's not just that they're wealthy, but some of them are well connected. Like there are furries that are into politics, that there are furries that are in positions of power. I mean, I remember when a guy from NASA, like he was on the board of NASA, actually got canceled by furries, because they do have a lot of power. What do you think about Avos? Why people ignore them? I don't know who Avos is. You mean Azov? Like from Ukraine? I don't know, can I? Anyway, in this green clause, the former armorer for the U.S. Army held a collection of military insignia, including combat action badge signifying that he had engaged with enemy fighters in Iraq. He stood before an amused audience of men in tight haircuts and camouflage as his unit came together to honor his service. So they're basically saying, it's like, oh, look, furries can be heroic. And it's like, yeah, you know, like, so can people that, I don't know, are into BDSM. That's, like, the important part is the heroism, not the fact that they're into some weird kink online. In his fursuit, Travis is better known as Stolf, a fantastical big cat, blending the features of a snow leopard. I wonder if the people in Iraq that encountered this guy in honorable combat, if they knew who they got shot by. It's like, you know, the soldier that shot you goes by the name of Stolf, a fantastical big cat blending the features of a snow leopard tiger and a wolf. He likes the old motorcycle ride or ski run while dressed up and enjoys meeting other furries, member of an internet subculture centered on dressing up as anthropomorphic animals. Okay, the furry community, while it does dress up as anthropomorphic animals, that is not the main point of it. Okay, Daily Beast? Like that is a fringe aspect of what it is to be a furry, I'm just saying. In his less colorful uniform, Travis was entrusted with the maintenance and repair of small arms like the MK-19 grenade launchers, both in Iraq and his duty station. The ceremony was a big success. His sergeant had invited him to come in costume. The sergeant has invited him to come in costume, since Travis could no longer wear his uniform as a civilian. His unit already knew he was a furry and loved the gag. Travis said, a picture of the proceeding went viral. Okay. Sweaty business. Playing and performing in a full bodysuit is a disciplined endeavor. And always, yeah, I mean, you know, people are paid below minimum wage to be a mascot. Like, furries do it for free, but in my country, like for example, you have, I don't know, like Walt Disney event. You have like a Mickey Mouse costume, and there's a guy inside. It was perfect for combat. Yes. Playing and performing in a full body mascot like suit is a disciplined endeavor and not always a comfortable one. Any furry will tell you. See, I don't really like the fact that they try to say that all furries wear costumes. It's like, no, only the very wealthy and very rich can afford a $20,000 to $30,000 costume. And even then, I thought it was cringe. Like, it's incredibly cringe to do this, but okay. And they're like ovens. Yeah, like any furry would tell you it's hot inside the suit and that the problem is compounded when numbers gather in real life. Fursuit wearers run a real risk of overheating. Can you imagine the smell, by the way? Like, have you ever gone to an anime convention and because it's crowded and it's hot, like people stink to high heaven? Can you imagine also wearing a suit on top of that? I want to see Biden give a furry in a fursuit the Medal of Honor. Holy shit, I want to see that now as well, Zedif. Like, you know, I think that I changed my mind. This would actually convince me to marry an American. Like, I would divorce my wife. I would marry an American because gay marriage is a thing. Like, I wouldn't need to find a woman. I could just marry one of you guys. And then I would vote for Biden in the next election. Just so I can see him give a medal to a furry. Like, I really want this. Like, this needs to happen in my life, chat. This needs to happen in my life. To increase their in-suit endurance, some furries use cooling vests, much like an athlete might. Specially designed vests can hold packs of fluids that remain at steady low temperatures against wearer bodies. A godsend for keeping body heat at bay when you're wearing fur head to toe. Join the furries? Dude, I left the furries. Why would I rejoin them? Sorry, chat, but I need a drink for this article. Whether in body armor or in a full fursuit, Travis, like many of his peers in either camp, often employs one of these cooling layers. It's called Easy Cooldown Vest. Travis bought his first cooling vest a decade ago and switched to Easy Cooldown in 2014. Travis is a rich motherfucker, chat. Like, Travis is swimming in cash. It is difficult to explain just how much finances that Travis have in order to, like, not only have the $30,000 fursuit, but to avoid, like, this Kevlar vest. Wait, is this like Kevlar? So, like, are you telling me that under the fursuits, the furries wear Kevlar? Chat. This guy wears a Kevlar under the fursuit. What the fuck? Chat, why is this a thing? Why do furries wear Kevlar? Travis didn't deploy his vest or his fursuit, though he did put the vest to testing during training exercises. Yeah, like he used the Kevlar that he got for his fursuit at his actual training exercises. What the fuck? Okay. Those vests aren't expensive. I don't know. I mean, it's a vest designed to cool your body temperature, but on top of that, you also have like the $30,000 fursuit. No. Like, look here. Travis bought his first cooling vest, and then it's a huge difference under the body armor. Oh, it's not Kevlar. Oh, no. Sorry, I misread, chat. I'm a little bit tired. So he used Kevlar at the military, and he used this vest under the Kevlar. Now I get it. Okay, so he used this and then put the Kevlar on. I see. Okay, my bad. While Travis has worn the Easy Cooldown vest for cosplay more than for military operations, sometimes they overlap. Fuck do you mean they over? What the fuck, chat? Why is the doggo here? Hey V, Styx named you in a stream a few days ago as a potential guest for his election stream. As for furries, is it the point to come in costume? Depends on the furry, but yeah, like sex in costumes does happen quite often. And I was talking to Styx about it. Yeah, like he actually talked to me, and I was saying, sure, you know, like if he wants me on, I would love to go there. So I guess it's up to him. I did schedule a couple of other events with him, and then he backed down. But like, I don't think he's going to do it for the election stream. So we're going to have to talk again. But in principle, yeah, I'm interested in going. So apparently, like what the article is about. I mean, this is what really bothers me. It's like how a cooling vest invented by a furry made its way in the US military. So he made the vest, which he didn't invent himself, but it's like I suppose like he modified the cooling vest in order to use his fur costume, and then he used the cooling vest under his Kevlar. But like the title would suggest that the US military is applying this, but no, like it's not mass producing this. It's just like this guy, this one furry, you know, had this thing and showed up with it for training. Going mainstream. For the Dutch vest maker, orders from beyond the furry world started coming in the year. NASCAR drivers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It is what it is, I guess. Like, no, it's not like the Clock Boy. It's kind of like that, but not really. It is like the Daily Beast trying to normalize furries. That's what it is. By the way, I saw this. That this happened in April. And I just want to share it with you guys because it is so freaking wholesome for some reason. So this guy was supposed to deliver a testimony under the Depp trial. And he couldn't be there, so he is giving his testimony from within his car.
The line. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 25th, correct?
Correct.
You said you saw Amber Heard hundreds of times while she was there. Amber Heard treat you well, and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times?
Yes. I'm not gonna say no because.
So I love how he like literally starts driving his car. Like Johnny Depp is laughing his ass off, right? But you have to understand, this is a testimony in court. Like it requires a level of seriousness and respect. And he's just like driving his car and vaping and not giving a fuck.
She was really always nice.
All right, this is my last.
Be nice.
All right, this is my last question. You testified in response to Mr. Presidio's questions that you testified truthfully in all of these occasions. Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
All right.
I did.
Okay.
All right. It's a good time to break for lunch. We'll just break a little early, so just don't talk to anybody, don't do any outside research, and we'll see you at 2 o'clock, okay? Thank you.
Look how stunned the judge is. It's like she's trying to understand what the fuck just happened. Look at her face. Like she's trying to accept what just happened. I love how slowly she closes the laptop. It's like, fuck this shit. Goddamn actors. Hollywood celebrities. Fuck me.
All right.
She's like, all right.
That was a first, I'm sorry.
I will say, Your Honor, that is the most bizarre deposition.
Okay, all right. I was just gonna say, I've just never seen that before. I've seen
Like
a lot of things, but I've just never seen that.
so, like a judge is like, I seen a lot of things, and this guy's like, hold my beer. But like, what I love about this guy is the charisma as well.
The line. So
Like the judge is talking, you know, like he's crossing his eyes, he's putting his ear because like he's interested, you know, like he's taking it seriously. Like this is what I love, you know, like his body language shows that he's taking this seriously, but at the same time, you know, he's not showing the respect required for a courtroom. It's like Johnny Depp is laughing his ass off.
Incident was May 21st, 2016. You saw her the night of May 20th. Amber Heard.
And to be honest, you know what I think? Like, most people on Twitter like this guy, and the reason is that it's relatability, you know? Like, the left goes all and all about diversity, and it's like, well, I mean, I don't know, but like, this guy looks a little bit Asian to me. I have no idea whether or not, but like, let's assume he's an Asian, you know, like that doesn't matter. I would still relate to him, right? Like, skin color doesn't matter. Like, what transcends is the relatability. Like, he's doing common people thing. Like, he's doing something that a lot of people do, driving a car, you know? But at the same time, he's also paying attention.
Amber Heard treat you well. And right, this is my last question. You testified in response to Mr. Presidio.
Man, I really love this. And YouTube suggested it to me, but it's absolutely fucking brilliant. It's just chef's kiss. It's like, mwah. And the fact that he was vaping as well. It's like he wasn't smoking a cigarette like normal people. He was vaping. He's driving in a circle. I assume he was trying to leave the parking lot. Meta, for $20, I liked your troll, but you do whatever is best for you, dude. Maybe if you get to speak on the devil with Iron Mouse, it'll gain traction. Holy shit. I need to talk to Vishoja, huh? To Iron Mouse. Have some cash for the troll graduation. I'll keep an eye on Lack of Entertainment for his current adventure. Yeah, I'll probably still do Lack of Entertainment with the troll. But like, I asked for feedback, right? I asked, like, why are people not interested in the live stream? And one of the things that I got was that they don't like the VTubing stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, if they don't like the VTubing stuff, then I guess we're going to give less of that. I mean, that's fine. Speaking of VTubing, there have been something that came out. So, I'm pretty sure, like, you guys know about Gargura and all the other Hololive celebrities. And for some reason, Hololive is now releasing male VTubers. So they got like a whole cast of male VTubers, and this really upset the VTubing community because, like it or not, let me put it this way, you know, this gentleman will probably fuck your Oshi. So, there is something in the VTubing community, like everyone hates the female VTuber male collab. So whenever, like, you have a guy collabing with one that's a woman, clearly a problem. But the rumors on the internet is that this is true. Like, people keep assuring that this is actually correct. I don't know whether or not it happened. But if it did happen, and it's legit, holy shit. So, this guy is Noir, right? Hasn't debuted yet. But people claim that in the beginning there was another video uploaded to his channel called Test 01 with a DSP video. So I need to hear his voice because now everyone is going to think that he may be DSP. This would be the most hilarious thing in the fucking world, chat. If he actually is Darkside Phil, there's no way that people won't recognize it. There is no way that people wouldn't make the connection. So that would be, I mean, dude, that would be all over the chan, the image boards, Secondly, let's say he's not DSP, and he's just a really clever shit poster. Which could be also a potential thing. And if he does this, you know, like, he's like taking DSP video, he's uploading with Test 01 and just leaves it there for a couple of seconds for people to screenshot and then takes it down. I want to hire this guy in my marketing department, chat. Like, if I ever have a company, I want to put this guy into marketing because he knows, like, everyone that I know is going to watch this guy's debut now. Because they're like, does he have the voice of DSP? Does he actually sound like DSP? And just because he did this. Again, I'm saying allegedly. Like, a lot of people are really saying, oh yes, I saw it. Like, it's real. I have no idea. Maybe the internet made it up. I mean, it's very easy to Photoshop something like this, but... Oh my god. I would love to see DSP working for Hololive. Yeah, imagine DSP with corporate support. I mean, he's never going to be... he's going to be an unstoppable force. He's going to be... I don't know. I mean, he's going to down it. Like, with Hololive backing, DSP could be numero uno. But the problem is, here's another thing, right? Like, if you become a Hololive member, you're not allowed to stream on your previous channel. So, Hololive could actually save us from DSP chat. Like, DSP would not be allowed to stream on his own channel. And there would be no more DSP content. What do we do then? Imagine me joining Hololive. Oh, I would fucking absolutely hate it. First of all, like, I don't think I can... the whole male VTuber thing is definitely not something that can work. But secondly... The fact that you work for a company, they get to tell you what you are and aren't allowed to do, I wouldn't be able to handle that. Never stop Cali. It depends on the contract that they're signing and how popular they are. So, like, if you're, let's say, a streamer that already has 1 million subs and you want to sign up for Hololive, well, you can have more leeway. You can actually negotiate so that they allow you to keep streaming on your main channel. But if you're a little guy, then they can, like for example, Tsunderia right now is recruiting. So if you're a desperate girl and you're applying for Tsunderia, they will flat out tell you, it's like, yeah, you can come with us, but you're not allowed to stream anywhere else. Like, we want exclusive rights to your streaming. Now, let's go to the other funny news. Here's something that happened in Italy. We noticed 2 ladies kissing. And this elderly nun came in. I love the hand gesture as well. So what I think happened here, right? Because I was really interested about this, right? Because everyone is laughing and stuff. And by the way, she talks about Satan and the devil. I think they were actually shooting for a commercial thing. Like, I think either a commercial or an art project or an art film or something like that, right? Because, like, you see the people here filming, and they have professional cameras. And this lady, this nun, like, she didn't know what's going on, and she immediately just broke these people up. And this is why they're laughing. They're laughing because, like, they're probably not lesbians. Again, I think they're art students, and they're just filming for something. Of course, like, Twitter is livid and it's upset about this. But the hand gestures, chat. Like, the hand gestures. Look at it. And what I love, it's like being offended on someone else's behalf. I mean, look how much they're enjoying this. Like, they find this is absolutely funny, right? Like, everyone is laughing, everyone is having fun, and you go on Twitter and everyone is so offended and so upset. It's like, oh my fucking god, like, the world is coming apart. And this is the sad thing about social media. Like, you can actually... I want to know, like, how it is to be in that situation. Like, you're actually having fun, you're enjoying yourself, you're laughing. And then, like, all the twats on the internet, they're so livid about it, and they're so upset. And it's like... Like, what the fuck? Calm down. I'm also upset that the nun couldn't banish the devil. A real woman, stopping and correcting. Grandma knows best. Yeah. Hello, Spooky. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it is. To me, it does look like a photo shoot. Like, especially the way they reacted and the fact that there were cameras over there, professional cameras, nevertheless. I think that it was an art project, either a commercial, a photo shoot, or something like that. All right. Should we move on to the next thing, which is also muy interesante? We got this is something that I'm going to discuss on tomorrow's video, and I want to know your opinion as well. So I noticed this in my country too. Like I was watching the weather forecast, which is something that I don't, but like my wife was watching TV, and you know, before the commercials, there was like the weather forecast. I happened to be in the room and I noticed it, and it was like really red. And I was like, why is the weather red? You know, like, why is the map so fucking red? Because it didn't make sense. Like, it was like 20, 24 degrees, and it was just like bright red, like fucking red. And it's like, okay, I didn't pay much attention, but now there's a petition like pointing this out, and they're saying it's like, can we get the normal color scheme of the maps again? Because, like, yeah, like, this is how they used to tell the weather when I was a kid. This is how I remember. Like, red would be 30 degrees. All right, so let me translate this into Fahrenheit so the Americans know what the fuck we're talking about. So, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so red would be 100... red would be 86 Fahrenheit. Right? Maybe, you know, like, you'd already get to, like, to a orangish red when you are at 78. That's how the maps were when I was a kid. But now it seems like they changed the color pattern. So, I have seen maps where 18 degrees was already, like, orange-yellow. Right, like, look here, 70 degrees is already like a dangerous color. Like 16 degrees is dangerous. And I'm thinking, like, aren't these maps meant to shock people? I mean, it is the summer. Look, I'm not saying that there aren't places where there's high temperatures, but like 23 degrees is not that fucking high, man. And I'm wondering, like, is this something that only happens in Europe, or is it in the United States as well? Because it's very bizarre, you know? It makes the map look red. Like, dangerous. 78 is nothing, yes. Like, this is what I try to tell Americans. It is nothing. Like, it's not that hot. It is bearable. In fact, no, like, 17 degrees means that you need to put a sweater on when leaving the house. Yeah, 18 is cool. But on that map, it was, like, orange. Why is big brain content leaving me? If big brain content leaves me, I'll have little brain content. I'm scared. I'm in Australia, and I'm getting some of the coldest days. Yeah, but, like, I want you guys to tell me how the weather forecast is. Because that's the thing that I really care about. Like, if the weather forecast in your situation is also reddish. My local staff seems to be forecasting the same way. Yeah, because I asked Germans, and Germans confirmed. I looked at Romania, and the Romanians is the same. So now I need to know how it's like in the United States and other countries. Oh, look, someone says that he hated the troll and didn't watch me for that reason. There you go. Now you get to see my facial feature. To be honest, like, one of the reasons that I decided to have a troll is because YouTube doesn't like reused content, they call it. They want to see a human. They want to see a face. So I was like, okay, well, if I put a troll, that is not reused content. But since I had to buy an iPhone in order to get the troll, now I have an iPhone camera, and there we go. Anyway, next on the news, World of Warcraft. They decided to have some progressive haircuts. You know, like the progressive haircut, they wash away the sexismus that happens at their company. And I want people to think about, okay, I want you to imagine the worst haircut possible. And I will show you that what World of Warcraft did goes beyond what you can imagine. Like, this is unimaginable. Literally the definition of unimaginable, chat. I'm really curious, like, who makes a character with this haircut? Like, if I had this haircut in real life, I would probably wear a MAGA hat just to cover it. Like, this is there was an artist, chat. Okay, there was an artiste which decided to draw this because they thought that players will like it, and then there was someone else that approved the drawing, and they shipped the game. Oh, and by the way, like, Blizzard is now going to mark body 1 and body 2. Like, no more male and female. It's just body 1 and body 2. To be inclusive. To not upset 0.0.0.1% of the population. I just want to say that stunning embrace. I mean, I was stunned when I saw it. I was definitely stunned. It's a monk mode haircut. I don't know if it's a monk that. I mean, like, from what I know, monks shave their hair. Isn't that the monk haircut? Like, complete hair shaved? What race is that? I think it was Elvish. Elvish, maybe human. But still, I mean, it's just such a bizarre take. I don't know why anyone would consider that you're going to have players that want that. Again, maybe I'm wrong. I would love to hear from the 3 people left that are playing World of Warcraft. If they could tell me whether or not people are actually wearing that haircut. Because that would be something interesting. Alright. I think I have one more news. Oh, yeah. This is from history, chat. This is from history. Okay? Like, someone asked me whether or not something is problematic, and I said, I don't know, but I know for sure this is. So, girls, am I fat? Don't say that, you're perfect. Boys, bro, am I fat? Theodore Roosevelt remarked that Taft should give up riding because it was doing him no good and because it was cruelty to the horse. I legitimately, like, look, I would wish we would have an alternate reality where horse riding was still a thing. Like, people didn't have cars. Because I have seen pictures of what happens in the American Walmarts. And I would love to see what were to happen if some of the people riding a scooter would ride a horse. Because I am willing to bet, like, they would make the argument that there's this argument that goes around, you know, like, air conditioning is sexist, or, you know, like, some machine is anistophobe. Like, the chair is fatphobic because the chair breaks, right? So I'm curious if they were to say, like, if the horse is fatphobic, because, like, where you put the American from Walmart on top of the horse goes, yeah, and it just lifts itself on its hind legs. Like, that would be really well, unfortunately, actually, I think people would have workarounds, right? Like, they would have a carriage attached to the horse. But let me tell you a secret. Like, horses aren't dumb. Okay? Like, horses, they're not like in video games where you press W and they walk forward. Apparently, like, if you have a horse in carriage, like, the horse constantly looks back to see what's in the carriage. And if the carriage is too big, the horse refuses to move. That's all I'm going to say about that. Look, I'm trying to be family friendly here. Maybe use the troll for more content. The troll is going to be used on my lack of entertainment channel. Computers is an elitist thing. Horse means hard time. Hard times makes hard men. No, horses mean hard times. Hard times make hard men. Hard men make scooters. Scooters make weak men. Weak men make horses, I guess. Horses can be lethal. You can trade them to eat people. Check war horses. So I do know that horses can be incredibly dangerous. I did grow up in a rural area, and yeah, I mean, horses can bite really bad, but at the same time, they can also have a very strong kick. They're not as difficult as bulls. Like, bulls are legitimately dangerous animals. In fact, like most bulls that I know, when I was a kid, were castrated. I think like that's the difference between a bull and an ox. I mean, we have a different word for castrated bull here. But they were castrated because otherwise they would become very dangerous. So like every single household that had cows, like, would castrate its bulls, and there was like maybe one person in the village that was brave enough to keep a bull that's not castrated, and other people would ask that he brings his bull around so that they can impregnate the cows. You punch them if they bite? Yeah, good luck with that. They do have more human-like flat front teeth that could rip. Yes, like, horse bites are really, really bad, and they have like a very strong jaw as well. In the US, a castrated bull is a steer. Oh, then now I know. Bull can easily destroy your average car if they charge at you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have seen what bulls can do, man. Like, it's really fucked up. And yeah, they can definitely flatten a car if they want to. Oh, by the way, this is also the male VTuber design from Hololive, which again is like the Disney of VTubing. Look at it. The community is not pleased. I will just leave it at that. Oh, here you go. How people reacted to this. This is another design, and the guy is wearing a Bane mask. I guess like this is probably an edgelord. You know, it's kind of difficult as well, right? Like you're hired by Hololive and you have to come up with the costume. It's like, what do you? I want a Bane mask, motherfucker. People are making fun of the eyes, and this one is my favorite. It's like, this man is gonna fuck your Oshi, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, this is the chin guy. Like, he's got like a massive chin. Yeah, the community is definitely not pleased. It will be interesting to see how male VTubers act. And how they're received by the community. Because male VTubing is very fringe. But to be honest, you know, like, VTubing itself was fringe until Hololive brought it to the US market. So Hololive brings VTubers to the US market. It becomes really popular. Prices go up for artists. Prices go up for riggers. And now everyone is doing it. So now Hololive is bringing male VTubers. Check out TLDR video format. I can't even use. I think your troll can be effective in a shorter format with prepared crass jokes or one-liners. Man, I haven't watched TLDR in ages. I'll check him out. I will definitely use the troll on lack of entertainment. So there's still going to be that. But anyway, right. I'll probably end it here because I don't want to just keep talking if I don't have any news to give to you guys. And thank you for watching. I'll try to fix this at more regular hours, more regular schedule. And I'll not VTube for, like look, I'm getting 250 viewers. And I'm not VTubing, so that's interesting. And I also noticed that when I do Let's Plays, I get fewer people. But anyway, right. Hopefully you guys are entertained, and I'll see you tomorrow. I got some really great videos coming up. Do